Hello my friends and welcome to the Curate study. Please come in, have a seat, there's plenty of room. Now today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Today we're going to start a new series called Wandering on Wednesdays, and each Wednesday I'm going to post a short film where we talk about some facts about the church or about the Church of England or about the priestly role. Things are a little bit different. So, it's Wednesday, and I was wondering how many people know what the Church of England actually is. And you'll have to forgive me because there's quite a few facts and figures involved in this, so I have my trusty clipboard because there's no way I can remember all of it off the top of my head. Well, many people will know that the Church of England is the established church of our country, but many people will not know that it's split into two geographic areas. There's Canterbury in the south of England and York in the north, and each one of them has an archbishop. Also, it's part of what is called the Anglican Communion, which is a worldwide family of churches which stretches over 150 countries around the world. Now, in our country, on any one Sunday, almost 1 million people attend church, and 1 million children are educated in Church of England schools. That's incredible, isn't it? I don't think a lot of people know that. On any given year, around 85% of the population of this country will attend church for some significant event. Now, the monarch, Queen Elizabeth, is the supreme governor of the church, although of course theologically Jesus is the head of the church. And the church performs a number of official functions. It conducts royal weddings, for example. Now, it's split into 43 dioceses, such as the Diocese of Exeter, which includes all of Devon. And each diocese has its own bishop. Our current bishop is Bishop Robert. And Bishop Robert is assisted by 2 suffragan bishops who help him in his official duties. Each diocese is then further split into parishes. So there are around 13,000 parishes in the country, which contain, I think, about 16,000 churches and church buildings. Each of those parishes will be cared for by church wardens and a parochial church council. And these are volunteers who do huge amounts of work looking after the building, the churchyard, and just making sure that ordinary church activities and events happen day in and day out. People like the flower arrangers, those who ring the bells, those who cut the grass, they clean the brass, make teas and coffees, read readings every Sunday, help with prayers, sometimes preach and sometimes lead, not to mention provide music, organists, band members. Now, our mission community is the Churches for All mission community. It's in a beautiful part of rural East Devon to the east of Exeter, and it contains Wimpole, Tallaghton, Clist Hyden and Clist St Lawrence. Now, our mission community currently is without a priest. It's in what is called interregnum. I am the assistant curate in the parishes. I was training, actually in my last year of my training, due to see the Bishop Robert, in June, when my training phase of my curacy will finish. So, there are thousands of paid ministers, like myself, in the Church of England, and many, many more voluntary ministers, without whom the Church of England simply would not function. And these are ordained priests, like myself, who carry out all the roles that a priest would normally carry out in parishes. Now, the wages for the paid clergy, or what we call our stipend, are paid by the diocese. Also, our vicarage, where I live with my wife and 4 sons, is paid for by the vicarage. But all of the other bills for parish churches are paid for by the congregations. Parish churches do not receive funding from the central church, which is what a lot of people imagine. And most importantly, the Church of England has always strived to provide a Christian presence in every single parish. And the parish system is something that's existed in our country, I think, for probably around 1,000 years. It's become a huge part of our civic and community life. So, it's almost certain you'll have been to a church at some point in your life for a life event. It might have been a baptism, it might have been a wedding, it might have been a funeral. But for all of human memory, the Church of England has been there to serve their communities. And God willing, it will continue to do that for many, many generations to come. So I hope our Wandering on a Wednesday has been interesting. We'll post another one next week. I've got to give big thanks to number one son, the Jackster, who's stood behind the camera, who's my film and sound man, does my editing. He's helping me with this project. I couldn't have done it without him. Over the next few weeks, you may get to meet a few of the other members of the family. Possibly you might get to meet Doggo, our dog, who wanders in and out of the study sometimes. Or maybe even we'll do a little film with Doggo in it and see what he has to offer. But anyway, until we meet again in the Curate study, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. God bless you, my friends.